So before we begin the video, I want to make a reminder slash disclaimer for all of the new faces here to let everyone know that I don't care what your beliefs are on the political spectrum, whether you are right, left, center, up, down, inside out, upside down, it matters not to me. At the end of the day, the biggest thing that I'm going to judge you on is the contents of your character. Like, I don't care what religion you believe in, I don't care what your background is, what language you speak, what gender you identify with. At the end of the day, the thing I care about the most is whether or not you're a good person. But on the note of good person, it seems like that is never, ever in Destiny's repertoire. And for those of you guys that don't know who Destiny is, well, to make a long story short, he is a human piece of garbage. So why am I talking about this piece of shit? Well, I got a couple of clips to show you, so let's go ahead and let's get underway with the first clip here.
Need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games, okay? I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the cucked shit out here. Please don't anybody make any actual fucking, the most cucked, weak-ass, fucking bullshit-ass speeches on my side. God, if it happens, holy shit, I'm gonna make a death note before I go out to go live and not... God, it's so cucked. It's so optics cucked.
Words like this are absolutely nothing new when it comes to Destiny, because the guy is so far up his own ass that he don't even realize just how brutally toxic and concerning some of his statements are. Like, the guy has a history of saying just some of the most abhorrent and demonic shit. For one, he wished death upon conservatives, even if they were fans of his. Number two, he mocked the death of Corey Comparator, who was shot and killed at a Trump rally last year during the summer. This is also the same guy that said molesting kids doesn't make you a pedophile. He also is the same individual that actually mocked the deaths of kids that unfortunately passed away during that flooding incident. And of course, this clip right here that I showed you comes from what happened with Charlie Kirk when he was assassinated in cold blood. I just still can't get over that, man. And now we have ourselves Destiny here saying that he needs conservatives to be afraid of getting killed. That totally isn't inciting violence of any kind. And also, a side note, it seems like that Destiny's talking patterns is all about screaming over the opposition just so he thinks he's won because they can't get in a word edgewise because he doesn't stop spurging out like he's on drugs or something. Like, I'm not sorry to say, but screaming and yelling people over debates doesn't win you anything. Facts and evidence wins you debates. And let me just say this, I don't give a shit what side of the spectrum you're on. The moment that you try to have political violence involved instead of having civil discussions and debate, guess what? You are a fucking terrorist. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. I got another clip to show you, so let's go ahead and let's roll it.
On social media since Charlie Kirk's death, when Erica Kirk posted Charlie's coffin, you responded, she tagged him, brackets, crying face emojis. In response to Alina Haber's tweet ordering people to fly their flags at half-mast in memory of Charlie, you posted on X buying flags and poles just to fly them fully erect. And you then posted yesterday ending every conservative debate call out I do in 2026 with don't dodge, bro. That's not what Charlie would have wanted. I mean, do you think that your response to the cold-blooded murder of Charlie Kirk has been appropriate?
Yes. I think that the only way this country moves forward into a better world is when conservatives can finally realize that they need to turn the temperature down on their side. We are 10 years into whatever this Trump madness is, and there is not a single mainstream conservative that will call for a lowering of the temperature on their side. I think that liberals need to wake up and finally realize that if they're not willing to do it, it will never come down. If you wanted Charlie Kirk to be alive, Donald Trump shouldn't have been president for the second term.
Yeah, you heard that correctly. He blames the death of Charlie Kirk on President Trump. This guy is beyond mentally ill. And you know what? It gets just a little bit weirder because for him to say that the conservatives need to turn the temperature down is very ironic, coming from someone that has a history of having high temperature when it comes to inciting violence and threats towards conservatives. Like, this motherfucker wants to play victim here and try to act like he's all afraid because of the big bad conservatives, the big bad wolf, yet he is someone that has literally wished death upon people, so try to wrap your heads around that. And Destiny is so far up his own radicalized white ass that he can't even condemn the shooter of Charlie Kirk. That is how much of an absolute deranged fuckwad he really is.
Cox has made it clear that their investigation has now established that he had been radicalized by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just
I'm sorry, excuse me, when?
Yesterday, he said that.
No. When was he radicalized? In the 6 months that he did remote college?
I don't know when he was radicalized, but I do know.
What you just said
I do know the very reasonable sounding governor of Utah has made it clear that the investment. You may not want to hear this.
Ongoing investigation.
You may not want to hear it, Destiny. But the reality is, the investigators, according to the governor of Utah, have established that he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now, let me just ask you.
That's just not true.
Let me just
There's
ask
no
you.
way to deal with it.
Okay,
you're living in a
accusing the governor of lying.
Yeah.
That's your prerogative. But
sure.
If it turns out to have been somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
So you won't condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk until Donald Trump says something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say, all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot?
Why would you expect anybody, Destiny?
You can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why can't Trump
you
go
answer
on TV
this
and say,
question?
all of us should be less violent.
Why do you
can't
think
Trump say that?
Why do you
Why
think
is your behavior contingent on Donald Trump?
Insane right now.
Why do you
is
think?
your
No, let me
behavior
ask a
contingent
question.
on Donald Trump?
Let me ask a question.
Because he's the president of the United States of America and the leader of the opposing political party.
Destiny. Let me
You
just.
have a huge audience of young men who listen to everything you have to say. So when it doesn't matter. You have a huge audience, and because of the fact that you have a huge audience, you have a responsibility to not turn. No, it hasn't. It hasn't been broken. I actually care about the country and want to bring people together. You do the opposite. You represent the worst of us, Destiny.
And here's a little something extra to showcase to you guys. So, Destiny here actually tweets out the following. Unreal. Elon Musk and other conservatives just got me banned from Twitch. My entire income is gone now. So much for the party of free speech. At first, I was thinking, holy shit. Actions have consequences. You fuck around, you find out, and Destiny had a fine example of that demonstration. But here's where things get even weirder here, because Destiny was actually banned all the way back in March of 2022 from Twitch. Like, this right here is just him trying to play victim because he is, once again, rightfully so, getting backlash for such distasteful and such disturbing remarks that he's made in the wake of Charlie Kirk's assassination. Now, I actually want to circle back to this initial tweet here for a moment because Destiny here is trying to blame Elon and conservatives for his Twitch ban. But, contrary to that, Elon Musk had something to say about this. So in this screenshot here, Elon says, I don't think this jackass should be banned, but Amazon should stop paying him to incite murder. That's insane. Separately, incitement to murder and domestic terrorism is a felony crime. For that, he should go to prison. He can resume streaming when he has served his term. So yeah, this here is Destiny just straight up lying right to the faces of all of his viewers, while also adding in another layer when it comes to him trying to distract everyone from what's going on with this attempt at a PR stunt. And look, I'm no fan of Elon Musk, but if you are going to try and take someone down and prove a point, at least be fucking honest about it. Like, this right here, Destiny, just makes you look like even more of a bitch. And look, I don't care what your views are on any subject matter, as long as you are not being a piece of shit about it, i.e. threatening other people or inciting violence upon people who disagree with you, then I don't give a rat's ass if you disagree with it up and down the boards. Just don't be a fucking douchebag. Like, there are things that I resonate with when it comes to the left and the right, and alternatively, there are things I disagree with when it comes to the left and the right. But I think we can all be in agreements here when I say that one thing that I will absolutely up and down the boards stand against is radicalizing people into violence. Like, whatever happened to discussion and debating differences? Like, how hard is it to disagree with someone, maintain human decency, and not wish death upon them just because you disagree with their ideology? But see, this right here has gone well past the point of political disagreement. This isn't about a left or a right issue. This is about good versus evil. And Destiny is a fine example of that evil that needs to be addressed and needs to be spotlighted. Like, if you wish death upon people that have different views as opposed to yours, if you are mocking deaths of innocent people, you are absolutely fucking evil. And it honestly would not surprise me if Destiny had even more skeletons in that evil closet of his. But with that being said though, this right here is just my own opinion on what we discussed here. What do you guys think? Leave your thoughts in the comments. Have yourselves a damn good one, guys. And remember, it's okay to disagree. Just don't be an evil individual and wish for somebody to die just because they disagree with you. Condemn evil actions and be a good person.